Karl Marx was born in 1818. His birthplace was Trier, Germany. Trier was a small town in Prussia. Marx came from a Jewish family. His father was a lawyer. Marx's family was well off. He received a good education. From a young age, Marx was a bright student. He showed a keen interest in history and philosophy. Marx's early life was marked by intellectual curiosity. He was exposed to Enlightenment ideas. These ideas emphasized reason and progress. These values would later influence his work. Marx went to university to study law. He attended the University of Bonn. He later moved to the University of Berlin. At university, Marx was drawn to radical ideas. He joined a group called the Young Hegelians. This group critiqued religion and politics. They were influenced by the philosopher G.W.F. Hegel. Hegel's ideas about history and society fascinated Marx. Marx's time at university was transformative. He began to develop his own ideas. He questioned the existing social order. He became interested in the plight of the working class. After university, Marx turned to journalism. He wrote for a radical newspaper called the Rhineland Gazette. His articles criticized the Prussian government. His writing was sharp and critical. It attracted the attention of authorities. Marx's journalism made him a target. The government shut down the newspaper. Marx was forced to flee Germany. He went to Paris in 1843. In Paris, Marx met other revolutionaries. He deepened his understanding of socialism. Marx's experiences as a journalist shaped his views. He saw firsthand the injustices of the time. He became more convinced of the need for social change. His writing became more radical and revolutionary. In 1848, Marx and Friedrich Engels published a pamphlet. It was called the Communist Manifesto. This work became a cornerstone of communist thought. It outlined Marx and Engels' analysis of capitalism. It called for the working class to overthrow the capitalist system. The manifesto argued that history is a story of class struggle. It claimed that capitalism is inherently exploitative. It predicted that capitalism would eventually be replaced by communism. Communism is a classless society where property is owned collectively. The Communist Manifesto was a powerful call to action. It inspired revolutionary movements around the world. It remains a significant and controversial work today. Section 5, Marx in Exile, London and the British Library. Marx faced persecution for his ideas. He was forced to live in exile for most of his life. He moved to London in 1849. London would be his home for the rest of his life. In London, Marx lived in poverty. He struggled to support his family. He dedicated himself to his writing and research. He spent countless hours in the British Library. He studied economics, history, and philosophy. Despite the hardships, Marx continued to develop his theories. He wrote extensively about capitalism, economics, and social change. His work in London laid the foundation for his most ambitious work, Das Kapital. Section 6, Das Kapital, Dissecting Capitalism. Marx's most comprehensive work was Das Kapital. It was a critique of political economy. The first volume was published in 1867. He continued to work on the remaining volumes until his death. In Das Kapital, Marx analyzed the workings of capitalism. He argued that capitalism is based on the exploitation of labor. He introduced the concept of surplus value. Surplus value is the difference between the value a worker produces and the wage they receive. Das Kapital is a complex and challenging work. It is considered to be one of the most important texts in economic thought. It has had a profound impact on socialist and communist movements. Section 7, the First International and the Paris Commune. Marx was not just a theorist, he was also an organizer. In 1864, he helped to found the International Working Men's Association. This organization, known as the First International, aimed to unite workers from different countries. The First International supported workers' struggles. It advocated for the overthrow of capitalism. It played a role in the Paris Commune of 1871. The Paris Commune was a short-lived but significant workers' uprising. The Paris Commune, though ultimately crushed, demonstrated the potential of working-class power. It showed the relevance of Marx's ideas in practice. It served as an inspiration for future revolutionary movements. Section 8. The legacy of Karl Marx. Karl Marx died in London in 1883. He left behind a legacy of revolutionary thought. His ideas have shaped political movements and intellectual debates for over a century. Marx's theories have been both celebrated and criticized. His work has inspired communist revolutions and socialist movements. His critics argue that his ideas have led to totalitarian regimes and economic failures. Despite the controversies, Marx's influence on political thought is undeniable. His analysis of capitalism, class struggle, and social change continues to resonate with many people around the world. And Section 9. Marx in the 21st century. In the 21st century, Marx's ideas remain relevant. The global financial crisis of 2008 revived interest in his critique of capitalism. Issues like income inequality, worker exploitation, and the power of corporations have brought renewed attention to Marx's work. Marx's ideas continue to be debated and reinterpreted. Scholars and activists are exploring the relevance of his work to contemporary issues. Marx's legacy is complex and multifaceted. Marx's enduring legacy lies in his challenge to the status quo. He urged people to question power structures. He called for a more just and equitable world. His work continues to inspire those who seek social change.